It's been nearly 2 months since Kingdom Hearts 2.8 released worldwide, and one of the biggest things that came out of 2.8 was key back cover, and about how a lot of people felt it wasn't what they were expecting, saying it was overall a bad movie. But was key back cover truly a bad movie, or were people just expecting too much? What's going on YouTube? My name is Prodigy, and welcome to today's video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about if key back cover was a bad movie. So without further ado, let's begin with the video. Hope you guys enjoy. When key back cover was first revealed in 2015 to be part of the 2.8 collection, we as a community were thinking that maybe it was some sort of summary for Key Browser. That's also what most people were hoping it was, since Key Browser never made its way outside of Japan. Later on, we got some news telling us that key back cover was a key story told from the foretellers' perspectives, which piqued a lot of people's interest because we didn't know all too much about the foretellers other than the fact that they were the leaders of these unions and that there was a traitor among them, which was a key point in the advertisement of key back cover, asking people who's the traitor, leading a lot of people to believe that this would be answered in key back cover, which when 2.8 finally released and people saw key back cover for the first time, they were a little agitated when they realized that all the questions they were hoping to get answered weren't. And regarding the traitor that they advertised so much, there wasn't one. Now, it's up to you whether you're satisfied with how they did it or not, but this didn't sit well with a lot of people. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give both my negative and positive opinions regarding key back cover, and I have quite a bit to say. I personally have watched key back cover around 4 or 5 times, and each time I've watched it, I genuinely enjoyed it each time. I loved the personalities of the foretellers. I found the roles they were given extremely interesting, and it introduced us to most definitely one of my favorite Kingdom Hearts characters, the Master of Masters. Yet, although with me personally enjoying key back cover, there is plenty for me to criticize it about. For starters, well, you've heard me say this plenty of times in the past, but key back cover was a huge missed opportunity by Square Enix. Although key back cover was supposed to tell the key story from the foretellers' perspectives, even though it didn't do much of that anyways, it was the perfect opportunity to clear up everything that went down in the key browser. What this movie did do was tell us each individual foretellers' roles, which is awesome in my opinion because that was one of the biggest things that people were confused about regarding Key. It also showed us the foretellers' personalities, which is awesome because some of the foretellers are already some of my favorite Kingdom Hearts characters. It also gave us a lot of questions about what exactly is going on with Luke Shu and the Master of Masters and the Dandelions and Gula. Basically, the movie gave us a lot more questions than it did answers, which is one of the main reasons people say this movie wasn't the greatest. It's not a situation where the movie didn't answer anything, it's more of a situation where it didn't answer enough. This movie, other than the box and the foretellers' roles, which even those two things we don't know much about, didn't add anything to the lore of Kingdom Hearts, other than more questions, which I usually don't mind having, but if you're going to give us a bunch of questions, at least answer some of them, like come on. And also, with the movie supposedly telling us Key from the foretellers' perspectives, although I didn't expect them to show us everything by any means, it didn't do much of that in my opinion either. If you haven't played Unchained Key or Key Browser or watched cutscenes or even have a grasp of what Key is, you'll be a little bit confused because this story presented to you in key back cover jumps around quite a lot. It doesn't feel like the scenes fit together all too much and feels more like a series of cutscenes thrown together like Days or Recoded movies were, which in all honesty did their stories way better than key back cover explains it. There's also scenes from Unchained Key that should have been in key back cover but wasn't. One scene that annoys me the most is the scene from the recent Union Key update that is an extension of what Ava's role is, which mentions the 5 new Union leaders that are going to be in the game. This was not mentioned in key back cover at all. This scene now has me questioning whether or not the other roles of the foretellers were fully explained also. It just seems like key back cover existed for the sole purpose of advertising Unchained Key or Union Key, whatever you want to call it. I understand that it is probably way easier for them to tell the story of Key through Union Key, but come on Square, you hardly gave us anything in key back cover. And also, not everyone is going to play 500 plus missions in a mobile game to understand the story. Like I said guys, I enjoyed key back cover quite a bit bit, and I personally am satisfied with the whole 2.8 collection as a whole, and I'm not saying you can't find entertainment out of the movie, because you most definitely can. I did myself. I just think that Square wasted a potential opportunity to clear up some of the confusion in the fandom regarding Key. But it is what it is, sadly, so we'll just have to wait for Unikey to develop more and Kingdom Hearts 3 to conclude everything. Anyways though guys, hopefully you found some enjoyment of hearing me ramble. If you did, be sure to like, share, favorite, comment, and subscribe for more. I'm Prodigy, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.